So I've just come back to this with fresh eyes, and I've just had a good look at it, and you know, just to see if anything needs improving, if anything. And I just want to darken up a couple of places. So I just want to darken up the back here, and probably on the head a little bit more. And I also notice I need to fill in this little white skirt area around the neck. I'm not quite sure why I've left it until now, but it's not an issue, we can put that in. So yeah, I'm just going to darken up around the head area as well. And obviously if you're working on the drafting film, the matte both sides like I am, don't forget you can work on the reverse side as well if you wish. That's another good thing with this surface. If you want to make this, you know, this area darker, and obviously we're a lot darker coming down the side here, you've got the choice to work on the back side of the film as well. And in my experience it really does help actually. And you can even maybe make this more vibrant if you do it on the reverse. You know, I do love drafting film for that. You can darken the eyes up. So I might go on the reverse side at the end to see what it looks like. But if you haven't got the one that's matte both sides, it doesn't matter. You know. So I think that's made a difference. Just maybe a bit more at the top here. I don't know if it fades a little bit, the colour after a couple of days or not, but just put the colour back, or the dark in this case. Okay, and might just put a bit more up here as well. So it's good to come back with fresh eyes and have a look at it. Okay, I think I'll leave it at that for the black. So let's get the white Pablo now. I was thinking of having a clean line with the rubber, but I don't want to make it too, you know, perfect. So I'm going to keep it as it is and just put the white pencil in. I'm pretty sure that I haven't done this already. It doesn't look like I have. Without going through the videos, I can't remember. But we just put it in anyway. And I don't think we really need much more than that. I know what I will do actually. I will get my tombow or mono rubber. And if you can see on the photo, it kind of comes over this way, so I just want to take a bit out. It sort of comes over the back here a bit more. I think that's better. And then we'll get the white Pablo back and just fill that in. And just get the caput mortuum, just so it doesn't look out of place there. And I'm just flicking the pencil upwards so it's going up and under the white that I've just put in. Probably do have been a bit sharper, but I think it'll be okay. And then here I just need to make the white band a little bit thinner than it is. Okay, that looks better. And we could go with the black actually and do the same, but I'm going to come down. So I've got the black here. I'm just going to do the same. And I'm turning my pencil around just so I've got a constant sharp nib. And on this side as well. And I think that's it for the extras that I wanted to do anyway. And we can come back down to the chest area now, I think. Darken that little bit on his cheek there. Okay, that's great. I think we can get on with the chest area now. Right, there's one more thing I've just thought of actually. I just want to put a bit more colour in this. So I've got the burnt sienna here, and I just want to put a bit more in this area too. It's just like topping up the colour really, I guess. Right, okay, so we've got quite a lot of colours going on down here. So we want to start from the lightest colour, and then work our way up. And we've got like the little white feather details coming through, especially down the middle here. So I'm going to do that at the end with either the slice tool or the rubber, or both in fact. So let's just get the colours in first, and we'll worry about the details later on. So I'm going to go with a different colour. This is the orange Pablo. I don't think I've used this in this already. I think I used the cadmium orange here, but this one's a bit more. Let's see if I can find. I think it was the cadmium orange I used on the beak. You can see hopefully you can see there, the Pablo orange is just a little bit brighter. So we'll go with that. Right, so I'm going to leave this bit here. We've got the shine bit here, so I don't want to go over there because it's more of the caput mortuum colour. So I'm going to come down here, so where you can see the orange, just put it in, you know, where you can see it coming through. So it's sort of coming down the middle here. And there's quite a lot coming down the bottom. It's a lovely vibrant, it's got sort of like reds, orange, browns. We want to get the vibrancy in. So as I say, we'll start with the lightest colour first. And got a bit there as well. So I'm just going back and forth so I can get the colour in. I've also moved my light around so it doesn't make the drawing look, I was going to say horrible, but as I explained in the video previously, when the lighting's on the drafting film, it can look, you know, quite scratchy and horrible. So I've moved the light, so hopefully it's taken that off, but I also want to put enough light on the drawing as well, so it's a bit of a challenge, but you don't get that with when you're working on paper, it's just the film. But that's probably the only moan I have about drafting film. As I say, I love this surface to work on, so let's put a bit here. So as you see, I'm not worrying about any details, I'm just getting this colour in. It's just a base layer at the moment. Actually, I will go into that little line there. Moved the drawing up a bit, so I'm just carrying on with the orange, just coming down. I'm probably just going to taper off with the pressure coming down here as well. And now I'm thinking of the next colour. I'm thinking maybe the burnt sienna. And see how that goes. It's always nice just to, you know, just try and think of what colour would work and just give it a go, you know. What's the worst that's going to happen? And that's how you discover nice colours. Let's put a bit down here as well, and then as I say, it's very dark coming down that side. Okay, so I'm just randomly filling it in down here rather than blocking it in now. Okay, so as I say, I think I'm going to try the burnt sienna now. Oh, there we are. Let's see how this goes. Actually, I'm just wondering about filling this colour before I start filling this in. Yeah, I'm going to do this bit first and then we can move down. So I'm going to go with the caput mortuum. I mean, it doesn't matter if I carry on down here, but I just find it best to not do too many layers and then join it with the next bit. It's just nice to keep a good flow before building them up too much, if that makes sense. But that's just my logic. It's just how I do it and it works for me. So as I say, I've got the caput mortuum here. And we're going to the side here, as you can see in the reference photo. So we need to change our direction. And I'm just doing short back and forward marks with a pencil, because that's what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to go back and forth over it just to get the colour in. I'll put a bit more there as well. And if it comes over the orange a little bit, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. think we'll go to the burnt sienna now. I'm just bringing it over the orange because I don't want any blocks of colour. I want it all to merge in nice and gently, which is another reason why I wanted to do this before I carried on over the orange, because I want it all to merge together. You know, naturally. And so we're going to do this shine bit later. I'm going to darken this up first, and then we can concentrate on the details and shine. And okay, so let's just give that a little bit of a brush. Okay, so I've got the burnt sienna. Oh no, I haven't got the burnt sienna, I've got the caput mortuum there. They look quite similar. So I've got the burnt sienna, and I'm going to go over the, well, both colours actually, and then come down over the orange. And then as we come further down, we've got like these little shapes, if you like, so we want to replicate that with the pencil. So it's not just one block of colour, you've got lots of different shades there, so we need to replicate that. And then they get smaller as you go towards the bottom. I think that burnt sienna works quite nice actually. I'm going to take that up into the caput mortuum. And then it comes round to the side here. Okay, and I'm going to add a bit more here, because we've got some lighter patches coming through, so I'm just going to add a bit more colour coming through here. And I'm going to come over to this side as well. I've still got the burnt sienna. I'm not going to worry about these marks underneath with the line art. because I'm going to be covering them over now, but I'm not going to worry too much. So it hasn't got to be exactly like the photo. So I'm making sure actually that I'm not keeping the pencil on the paper, because I don't want to have lines. I want to make random marks with the pencil, so you can see I'm darting around a bit. I want to have irregularity, if that makes sense, rather than it to look all uniform. And then as it comes down here, it gets a lot shorter. So you can see that I'm making a lot short, shorter pencil marks to what I was doing up here. Okay, I think I will take this up to the side as well actually, because it will add to the darkness that we're going to be putting in. So I'm just going to block the colour in on that side. To say it is literally just black. I think what I will do with this actually is work on the back side towards the end, just to prove that it can make a difference. So you can see the difference it makes. Okay, right, let's come back down here. Okay, so it's looking a bit rough and ready at the moment, but we just want to get those colours in. So I want to make it nice and vibrant. We've got some lovely colours on this bird, so right, okay, so let's go on to the next colour. So I'm thinking the dark carmine, I think it is, yes, the dark carmine. We used it up here, and it's this lovely plum colour, and I think that would be good to put down here as well. So we do pretty much the same as we have been. I think that's going quite nice with the orange as well. my little dog. I'm not going to do too much of this colour down the bottom, just put a little bit in. I think that's worked quite nice with the orange actually. It's kind of made the orange a bit even more vibrant. I'd say I've never done this colour before, but I think it looks quite nice. By the time we've darkened it up, I think that's quite nice. I'm going to bring it down the side here as well. It'll all add to the depth. Say it's always nice just to try colours and see how they work together. As I say, what's the worst that can happen? And also with film, it's just so easy to rub it out again. It doesn't matter if it goes wrong, you just rub it out. I'm thinking I might use this colour here. No, I think I use the caput mortuum actually, it's not so bright. So I'm going to start filling in this bit now. So I've got the caput mortuum and I'm just going to literally cover that area up now. I'm just using light pressure just to get the colour in. I think with the working on drafting film, where it's different with working on paper, you kind of have to put everything in first and then you take out to get the details, if that makes sense. So we've got some shorter strokes here, so just changing the length of my pencil marks. Okay, let's put a bit down here as well. I've still got the caput mortuum. I'm just going over in some areas, then we need to start thinking about the next colour. Right, so the next colour, so I want to make it a bit more vibrant, a bit more, we've got some browny reds there as well. So I've got the russet in the Pablo. I'm trying to think if we've used this colour before, I'm not sure, but I think it would be a nice addition. So this is the russet, and I'm just going to use that coming down the middle, and I'm probably going to go with the walnut brown. So I'm putting a bit more pressure on with this colour because I want to get the colour in. It's got that lovely red brown colour that I was looking for. I'll take that a bit higher at the top here. Yeah, I think that's quite a nice colour. Yeah, I really do like that colour actually. I think that's worked lovely. So I think after this we need to start darkening areas up, and then start putting in some detail. Okay, let's just trying to think. I think the walnut brown would be a good one next. Let's have a look. I might sharpen that up a bit actually, just so I've got more oh, hang on. I've just emptied my sharpener and I've not put it back properly. It now doesn't want to go back in. Okay, finally got it to work. Just the lid wouldn't go on. Anyway, so I've got the walnut brown here. I've sharpened him up, as I say, just so I can get a bit more colour in. And because I'm now working on the probably not the last layer, but I'm getting there now, so I want to start putting in some more details with lines, so I need a sharper pen. We still need to do this middle bit, but we'll come back to that. I really don't want to go over this orange because it's such a nice colour, but it needs to be darkened, so I can't leave it that colour, but it's a lovely colour. So we have lost a lot of the line art underneath now, but you can see where you are on the reference photo. Really, it's only this area, so it doesn't have to be exactly like the photo. I mean, obviously if you're working on a commission, it needs to be a bit more, you know, you need to be a bit more careful, but this is more of a relaxed drawing. So I'm coming into the lighter areas a bit with the walnut brown as well. I don't want to cover it completely with the walnut brown, but I just want to put it in some places. Along here you can see like lines as well, so I'm putting that in. So I'm coming back over this side and I'm just putting a bit more pressure down, just getting that colour in. I've still got the walnut brown. I think what would be a good idea is to get this dark side in, and then it will be easier to make sure that this colour's dark enough. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Caput Mortuum Violet now, and I'm going to run this down this side and put a bit more pressure in because I want to get the colour in. I'll try and get around that beak. Set. and I'm just going to bring a bit over the front here. Just in places, just so we haven't got a straight line. Right, while I've got this caput mortuum violet, I'm going to come over here a little bit as well, down this side. And down the middle here, the strokes get longer. Okay, and then back over this side. I was going to do that, but I've come back over again. Right, okay, so I'm going to go back to what I was doing. So now I'm going to get the dark indigo. I think that would be a nice colour. So I've got the dark indigo. It will make quite a nice purple colour. And then now we'll put the black in. And if it's not as dark enough as what we want, we can, as I say, work on the other side. Actually, it's good. Another good pencil, I mean, I won't be using it on this drawing, but the Derwent drawing black is a fantastic pencil for darkening. It's quite a big barrel, but it's the black, and it's probably the blackest pencil you can get. It's a fantastic pencil to have to darken areas up, you know, even on paper. So yeah, it's always good to have something like that in your toolkit. It's like the big boy black. Okay, now I don't want to bring too much of this dark indigo over, but while I've got it, I'll use it where I think I want it. Come down here a bit more as well. So we put in quite a lot of colours in this area, but I think it's you know, it's going to be a good result. Could probably do with some up here as well. A bit more of a blue, because we have, this is the trouble with this sort of subject, we've got so many different colours. You can go as far as you want, obviously, but you can see in the reference photo we have got some blue tones as well. And it does need to be darkened here as well, so it'll go nice under the black that we're putting soon. So I'm not going to bring this too far down. Okay, I think we're pretty much there with this one. I'm getting a lot of pencil dust now. Okay. Right, so let's get the black, and let's come over here actually, and then we'll do this bit, and then we can finish off up here. So let's darken up this area. So I am using a bit more pressure now because I'm pretty much there. And I want to get the colour in. Okay, as I say, I think I will work on the reverse side at the end, just to darken some areas up. Right, let's come over here. Let's be careful around that beak area. I've just gone over a bit there, but I can clean that up with the rubber. Okay, let's just get that bit of a clean, because otherwise I'll forget. That's it. Okay, let's go to, let's have a look. have a look. I've got the chestnut here. I'm going to give this a whirl. Bring it into the black as well. Bring that over a bit, put my hand on. Put a bit over here as well.